All right, let's get this show on the road.
Welcome, everyone. How many do we have on? 51. Awesome, you guys. Well, happy Monday. Happy March 1st. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just so pumped for this month. A lot of exciting things are happening, and one of the great things about March is it's a long month. It's 31 days, and we have 5 Zaya Wednesdays in there. So if you don't already have some parties booked, get them on there, because last year was crazy good, and this year I have no doubt that it's going to be even better. Plus, we have Basecamp this weekend. I think Katie's going to talk a little bit about that. But if you haven't signed up for it, do it. I don't even know what the price is. I mean, I think it's like right around $20. So, and we're also doing a fun little team event Friday night. So we would love to have as many people on as we can get on. So, $29. Thank you, Gina. So if you haven't got that ticket, you can still grab it. So how many new reps do we have on? Brand new reps? Anybody? I can only see. You can type it in the chat if this is your first Zaya on Fire team call. Oh, yay. We have one. Awesome. Well, the great news is that we added 265 new teammates last month. So we're getting back up there with our numbers. We had a little bit of a valley, but we are on the rise again, which is super exciting. And we also finished February at about 1.8 million in group volume. So we just about where we were for January, but it was a short month, and I know March is going to be killer month, and I think we're going to exceed our highest month that we've ever had in March. So be ready. It's going to be fun. Like I said, get those parties booked, because obviously parties are where we grow our business through sales, and then also getting people introduced to the brand, and then hopefully new teammates in the future. So, okay. I'm going to talk about the 3x4 earners, but I got to pull up my list because I had it up here. Let me find it. Sorry, guys. I was like trying to find the link, and then I forgot okay, here we go. All right, and I apologize if your names are not correct here. Oh crap, now I lost it again. I'm the hot mess tonight, Katie. Okay, here we go. So all of these reps in February added at least 3 teammates and had at least 2,500 in PV. Most of them exceeded that by a lot. But okay, Hannah Robinson, Joanna Jerusalem, Rachel Voris, Maggie Janinga, Jody Hunter, Brittany Wagner, Ashley Seifert, Tanya Olson, Charmaine Catron, Amanda Simmons, Heather Beachtold, Ashley Berriman, Nicole Cope, Lindsay Williamson, Nicole Danvisky. I knew that was going to be a hard one. I need to have her tell me how to pronounce it. Annie Schumacher, Aaron Stormer, Meredith Turing, Kelly Loffer, Nicole Lyde, Rachel Young, Megan Spears, Courtney Valanos, Erica Hackman, Rachel Haas, Gina Ortiz Anderson, Samantha Burns, Vanessa Harvey, and Bethany Simpson Staggs. So congrats to all of you rock stars. That is a very, very hard thing to do. It amazes me that you girls as I was typing up all these leaderboards and doing everything, I'm like, these girls, like I'm typing their names out for everything. And I'm just so proud of you guys. I mean, I know that is so hard to do. Katie and I, for the first 2.5 years, I think, of our business, like we hit those numbers, but we had to work really, really hard to hit those numbers. So I know it takes some dedication and consistency to make that happen. And you guys it's going to pay off for you. I can promise you that it will pay off for you. You guys you'll be seeing it soon. So keep it up. And then I also want to talk about the Leaders and Achievers retreat. That is June of this year in Chicago. Katie and I already have the Airbnb rented. and we have room for about 18 to 20 people. So we are going to take the top 10 achievers. And what that means is in the first quarter, so January, February, and March, added together the top 10 with the highest people that they added to their team will be invited. So right now, based on the way it looks, they might have a tie, but the tie is going to go to the person with the highest PV for those 3 months. So keep that in mind. And I can go ahead and find that little graphic here real quick and read off their names. You're going to recognize a lot of them. Let's see here. Let me find it. Okay. So Rachel Boris, Joanna Jerusalem, Hannah Robinson, Meredith Turing, Tanya Olson, Amanda Simmons, Heather Beachtold, Ashley Berriman, Nicole Cope, Lindsay Williamson, Courtney Valanos, Erica Hackman, Rachel Haas, Gina Ortiz Anderson, Samantha Burns, Nicole, I have to say, it's just Nicole, Hunter Maxon, Annie Schumacher, Aaron Stormer, Kelly Loffer, and Charmaine Catron. So those guys are on the leaderboard for our leaders and achievers. And it's going to be fun, you guys. Like I said, we already have the Airbnb rented. We are hoping we can get out on a riverboat cruise. Hopefully, hopefully things allow us to do that. If not, we'll replace it with something else fun, but a photo shoot, we have a personal chef. We are going to do some mastermind stuff, which is, I'm going to talk to you a little bit here at the end. I just got back from a retreat this weekend and you guys, it was so valuable. So Katie and I are already talking about what we want to do for our retreat that we can incorporate some of the stuff that she was part of last weekend, and then I was just part of it this past weekend. So we were just super excited to share that that stuff with you too. So, all right, Katie, I'm going to turn it over to you for now.
Okay, yay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you guys. Welcome to March. This is going to be a really good month, like Monica is talking about. I hope you guys feel the energy too. So one thing that I happened upon in my files today when I was kind of getting ready for the month was this goal tracker, and I haven't talked about it for a while, so I thought I'd share. This is on our website, on our team website. onfia.com is the website. If you're new, the password ZOF, and I believe this is on the second tab under, maybe it's the third actually. I think it's the third tab under training, and it's in like start here or something, and it's called goal tracker. I would love for you guys all to print this out, because when you write your goals down and hang them up, you are much more likely to achieve them. It's like, I like to say, it's like having a meal plan written out for the week. If you have it written down, you're just more likely to eat better. You know, can you eat better without a meal plan or eat well without a meal plan? Yes. But it's much more doable, and it's easier. It's like a map. So PV goal, how much do you hope to sell? What's your group goal? So this is if you have a team, what is your team plus you doing? Your rank advance goal, are you planning to rank advance this month? And if so, what is the rank? Recruiting goal, how many reps are you bringing on to your team? Level 1 director goal. So this is if you are rank advancing to executive or above, you need to have directors on your team. So that's where you put that. And then how will I get there at the bottom? It kind of breaks it down to online events, conversations, and that kind of thing. So this is a great tool. Blair Sells actually made this, and we've been borrowing it ever since. So thank you, Blair. Okay, and you guys share these with your upline. That's another great accountability piece. And if your upline isn't really working the business, share it with me or Monica. We're happy to look at that and cheer you on. Okay, I wanted to share our upcoming call schedule for those of you that are good planners. I do put out the newsletter for the week. We went away from doing monthly newsletters because it was so much stuff would change, but these are the main calls. So Basecamp is this weekend. Hopefully that's on your calendar. We're going to talk about that in a second. Our next Discover Zaya call will be on the 11th at 7:30 p.m. and we're just doing a call, right, Monica? No group this time? Okay, just a call. So this will be, you guys, Basecamp is a great time to start prospecting and lay the groundwork and talk about all these amazing things that our company has and why it's a great time to join. People that you're talking to about that, invite them to this call. And we don't have the link yet, but just know that that's coming. Our coffee chat is December. Oh, I just spilled that out of my rear. I don't know. It's March 12th, Friday, and I think we're doing it at 10:30. Is that right, Monica? Yeah, okay. So that's where we'll provide a link in the newsletter. You guys don't have to come on. It's just if you have some questions, it's kind of like a little bit of coaching. We actually really love these calls. So they're super informal. We don't record them. It's just, there's no training. It's just you and us, and it's super chill. Then you guys, we have a very exciting call on March 15th. We have our financial planner. So Monica and I both, we just started meeting with a wealth advisor this year. And we're friends with him. We work out with him at the gym every day. And he's going to come on and talk to you about taxes. It's going to be a great time. So that's on March 15th. He's just going to give you some very simple information for you. So I know some of you probably might be doing your taxes ahead of that time, but this is kind of when we could get it. Oh, good. I'm so glad, Gina. He's so great too, you guys. He's really light and funny, and I think you're going to find him very helpful. That's at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it will be recorded. And then we have a leadership call. So, oh, sorry, I skipped ahead. New rep training is the 22nd at 7:30 Central Standard Time. And then our leadership call for all directors and above is the 25th at 7:30. I think that's it. Okay, so you guys can put those into your schedule and use some of those as recruiting tools. I always love to use the new rep training as a recruiting tool because people that want to build a business want to get started right away, and so it's great to point them in that direction. Okay, I wanted to talk about Basecamp. So if you're attending Basecamp, meaning you're watching it virtually this weekend, we have a group just for people going to Basecamp from this team, and we really want you to be there. All the announcements about it are going to be in that group. It's in the newsletter. Maybe somebody could copy the group, the Facebook group, and post it in the chat, but it's in the newsletter from today. It's in our team page somewhere. That's where everything is going. We have prizes, we have announcements. We're going to post some training and some tips in there. So if you guys are going, please add yourself to that group if you want to be part of that. And we're having a party on Friday night. It's called Girls Night In. It's just for this team. If you added yourself to the spreadsheet, thanks, Sherry. If you added yourself to the spreadsheet by the date I asked you to, you are going to get a little mailer. If you missed, yay, Laura. If you missed that, don't worry. We'll post it like on Thursday in that group. It's just something really kind of fun, okay? But we really want you guys to be in that group because that's where that community vibe happens. And that's kind of the part that we really have to be extra intentional about going after because we're not in person. So we will see you in the Basecamp group. Okay, you guys, and I just wanted, this is very random what I'm about to talk about now, but I don't know, it just occurred to me that somebody might find this helpful or interesting. So that's why I'm sharing. I hope it is. That helps somebody or you have some sort of aha. So I have been keeping a journal since 2018 and I don't do it every single day, but I do it, I don't know, 4 days a week usually. And it's just a way for me to unload my brain. I don't write from a script or a prompt. It's just like me kind of getting the clutter off so that I can be fresh for the day. And I hate reading my past entries. I'm like a forward person. It's always moving forward. And so going back is really hard for me. But I was in some sort of personal development I was listening to recently. I was challenged to go back and reread some of my past entries. So I did. So this weekend I got out that journal. So really, it wasn't like that hard because I just started it a few years ago. It's not like I went through decades of journals or anything. But I found a couple things that I thought, ooh, I want to share this with the team because this could help some of you fast forward what it took me 3 years to learn. And it was really, really pivotal for me. So I just wanted to share with you a couple things. So this one entry was on March 12th, 2018. So Zaya was about a year old, and I had only been in it, Monica and I had been in it for like 6 months, 6-ish months, okay? So I, at the time, was doing other things too. I was doing Zaya, I was doing health and fitness coaching, I was doing business coaching, I was all over the place. And before I read it, in my journal, well, okay, let me just read it. So I said, it's hard to believe we're almost through the first quarter. It's been the most successful quarter for Harlan Coaching ever. So that was the business that I was running. I have no doubt that Miracle Morning was a catalyst for success. So at the beginning of this journal, 2018, I read the Miracle Morning. And I started implementing it. And that's actually why I started journaling. So hands up if you've read The Miracle Morning. Monica, I'm scrolling through you guys. Okay, if you haven't read The Miracle Morning, or if you haven't read it recently, I encourage you to put it on your Audible or buy the book. Okay, so I have no doubt that Miracle Morning was a catalyst for success. Also having Chris on board. That's my husband. But I also see that shifting the focus to daily habits that can make us more effectual. I don't know if that's a word. Effectual. See, this very hot mess, but that can make us more effective is key rather than always looking at big goals. Okay, so I just want to say that part again because I thought this is huge. Shifting the focus to daily habits that can make us more effective. That is key. So that was a big shift for me because prior to this, I was always waiting for like this big thing to happen to me or for me. Oh, once this happens, I know. Once my posts go viral, or once I get this many followers, or once I meet so-and-so, or once I get a rock star, or whatever. Once I figured that out, that it was daily, it was daily habits. That was big. Okay, so that was March 2018, Miracle Morning. Okay, then just a few days later, I wrote this, and I just liked this because today's March 1st, so I think this was important to share. So I wrote, I'm celebrating today because I hit 2 big goals I was working on all month. But really for 3 months now. I hit director and I hit the bonus. And I'm not going to tell you how much the bonus was worth because you guys would be like, what? We need a bonus like that. They were a lot bigger back then. Oh, and Monica, I found in my journal where 1 month Zaya gave us 30% extra commission. That's what they used to do when we were little bitty. Okay, so they paid us nicely for being, with them from the beginning. Anyway, I feel so relieved, and I'm hoping that means a tiny break so I can breathe. So there's a lot of this in my journal. There was a lot of hustle. And I know that word sometimes can be a trigger. So don't pay attention to that word, but there was a lot of hard work. There's a lot of this in my journal for 2 years where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm working all the time. I'm working so much and I'm worn out and I'm worn out. But you know what, you guys? Now I'm not. I am not. I worked my ass off for 2 years and now I still work really hard, but it's not like it was. So just know that if you're doing the things, it will ease up. I promise you. Won't it, Monica? It's so good. Okay, so I'm like, so even if that doesn't come, the breath, I'm going to take today and give myself some time to feel proud. That is so important. So this was on the last day of March in 2018. So I want you guys to do that. And I talk to my personally sponsored reps about this all the time. You guys have to take a little pause between the end of the month and the beginning of the next month. So if you didn't do that today, do it. It's Miracle Morning. Do that today, even if it's like 2 hours tomorrow. You've got to like reflect and rest and be proud and journal or think about it. Go for a walk and think about your February, whatever you need to do to just let it be. we are always, in network marketing, it's kind of tough because we are always on to the next thing and it starts over at the end of every month. That's tough, but you've got to give yourself that little breath. Okay, one more thing I want to share from my journal. I bet you guys didn't know you were going to get a peek into my journal today. Okay, this is a year later. I'm having the time of my life with this company. It's a year later. Now, what you guys didn't read in between those was a lot of angst. I was in the process of like figuring out, okay, I'm doing these 3 different businesses and I've got it. Like I was just doing so much and I knew that I needed to, let some of it go. And I didn't know what direction. And there's a lot of angst and a lot of hard work. And I kind of settled into it. But I'm having the time of my life with this company. It's going to give me the platform for impact that I desire. And it's also going to pay off all of our debts and allow us to do anything we like when it comes to our dreams. I know this to be true, and it is so exciting. And it has like impact, like you're all here, and we've paid off of all of our debt. Are you crying? And I mean, I just know there's so much more for you guys, for all of us, but we just have to stay and keep going. So the other thing I wanted to mention, and I lost where I kind of say this, but so Miracle Morning was the catalyst then for me to really get this space where I, as a super busy mom, I was a stay-at-home mom, my kids were always around, I was running all over, I had all these businesses. The Miracle Morning gave me a little space in my day to unload my brain, to focus, to set my intentions, and to create a very thought out plan for the day. And that was everything for me when I had no time. So if you guys need help with time management or mindset, Miracle Morning is a must. Then the next thing that happened, and I see it in my journal, it's so crazy, you guys. It's like I go from being kind of in my head and I'm a hot mess and I'm up and down and I'm hot and cold. And then one day I write in here like, oh my gosh, I feel like a different person. And you know what it was? It was saying affirmations. So we talk about this a lot, and I know it sounds so woo-woo, but when you start putting out into the world what you want back, it does come to you. So it doesn't happen overnight. You have to say it over and over until you really believe it. And that belief is everything. And that belief attracts those things to you. So Miracle Morning, and affirmations, and recognizing that it's your daily habits. So the Miracle Morning leads to good habits, but then the affirmations are just so key. So homework for everybody. I want you guys to create 2 to 3 affirmations for the season of life that you're in right now. So you might have an affirmation like maybe you feel like kind of frazzled. So maybe one of your affirmations is, I am calm and organized, or I am an excellent wife or mother. I like to put them around things that I like really want, but I also feel a little bit shaky on, like things that you already are like doing great at. You don't need to affirm because you already have that. So set 2 to 3 affirmations about things that you want. One of them can be business. One of mine is, I am earning $100,000 a month with Zaya Active. And that will absolutely come to fruition, 100%. So, I mean, I remember saying it when I was saying what I'm making now. So put it into the world. And I wasn't ready to say $100,000 back then. I wasn't quite there. I didn't have the belief. So I started a little smaller. So put it out into the world and it will come back to you. But you've got to do it every day. And you've got to say it out loud. So I really like to say it in my car on the way to the gym if I'm by myself. Or in the shower or on a walk. Say it multiple times a day and watch those things come into your life. Okay, thanks for listening to this episode of Katie's Journal.
I loved it. I want to hear more episodes. It was amazing.
There's a lot to uncover in this journal.
Your journal gives me goosebumps and makes me cry.
Oh.
Okay, so I just want to talk a little bit about what I experienced this last weekend. I went to a well, I hired a business coach and I will be coaching with her for the next 6 months. But to kick it off, we went to a mastermind retreat. So pretty intimidating. Let me just start by saying that. I'm sure a lot of you know who I'm talking about, Kristen Boss. She had done a 3-day $7 training on Facebook. And I know she's going to do it again here shortly, where she just shared so much valuable information. She is a business coach only for network marketers. She used to coach a lot of different people for a lot of different businesses, but now she's strictly just teaching direct sales people, which is amazing because she was in direct sales before, so she knows how the business runs. So I did her 7-day, or I'm sorry, I did her 3-day course, the $7, or the 3-day course that was only $7. I did that one. And then I just wanted more of her. She talks my language. Her biggest thing is just running your business, just calm and consistent. She doesn't, she actually scheduled this retreat for the last weekend of the month, the last day of the month. And she said, I did that intentionally. I wanted you guys to slow down. We couldn't have our laptops out. She's like, if one of your mastermind sisters sees you checking numbers or doing anything, they need to call you out. So that was really, really hard. It was really hard to keep that laptop in the bag and not check numbers. And, there's a couple people I would check in with here and there. But honestly, I didn't until when I got to the airport. I'm not going to lie. I was like on it and doing some work. But the last, how it is, those last few days in the month, it's, you're going. And so she said, I did that on purpose. I wanted you guys to just take it all in. I wanted you to learn how to just, calm down and not be, hustling at the end of the month. So it was awesome, but scary. But we all survived. But I just wanted to talk a little bit, like Katie was talking about mindset. I was going to talk about something else, but honestly, my brain hasn't even been able to process like everything that went on. But I just, it is. I mean, Kristen talks about it a lot too. It's mindset. It's the belief that you can do it. And I went down there and I was very vulnerable. And of course, there was a lot of tears, but we had to do a lot of exercises that just somebody like me was really, really uncomfortable. For one, I was in a room with 15 ladies. There was 4 of us there besides myself from Zaya. But then on the Zoom, there was another Zaya, but the other 9 were all from different network marketing companies. So 6 out of 25 girls were Zaya. The rest were all from different network marketing companies, which is, again, very intimidating. And everybody in that room made 6 figures, or we even had a couple people that were 7-figure earners in that group. So as I sat there, when I first walked in, I was like, oh my God, I don't belong here. I just felt like I was intimidated. I was like having chest pains all day. I was just a nervous wreck. Even though I had friends that were going to be there, it was still one of the most scary things I've ever had to do. But going into that group that first night and right away off the bat, we had to start, and just with the introducing and, what are your weaknesses and what are you trying to accomplish and all of that. It was just, I left there a stronger person. There's no doubt about it. But as I was sitting there and going, when I first started, I was like, I don't belong here. But by the end of the weekend, I owned it. I was like, you earned this. You worked hard for this. You're deserving of this. And I have to say, just saying those affirmations and through the weekend, I left there feeling like I am ready to do this. I'm ready to put myself out there. You guys hold me accountable. I'm going to be putting way more out there on Facebook and sharing the opportunity and sharing what I have to offer, because I do have value. And I found that out, and just listening to all these other women, they're so supportive, but they're all going through, they all have the same doubts. They all, as we talked, we all feel the same way. But we all were there, and I think making 6 figures in any business is amazing. and doing it from home for a few hours a week is, I can't even explain it. It's just unbelievable. So yes, it was an amazing experience. I don't know, she's going to be offering her social selling academy again too, or you can actually get into that now. I did that program, and it's for a lifetime. So she's just awesome. Like, her coaching is exactly what I need. And I know a lot of people will resonate with her. She also has a podcast. So it's Kristen, she's changing the name of it. I guess there was some issues with branding and stuff. So I think it's going to be purposeful selling or social selling or something like that. But right now I think it's still the Kristen Voss podcast. So, but yes, I recommend it highly. She has a lot of good stuff to say, and I think you might be seeing more of her here shortly. I'm not gonna spill the beans, but tune in this weekend, you might get a glimpse of her. But she's awesome, and I learned so much, and I'm ready when I have all my thoughts together and I can start sharing. I definitely will. I will say that it was focused for the six-figure earner in this business. So but I definitely got some takeaways that I can share with you guys too. And as soon as you get to that level, you can bet we will be brainstorming, and I will be sharing all of the advanced business stuff for you to continue to grow your business. But just believe, because as you can hear from Katie's journal, like where she started and where she is now, and I have no doubt that $100,000 a month is going to happen sooner than later. And again, I have goosebumps talking about it, but being in that room and listening to all those women talk about how long they've been in the business, and just nobody has been in it that long. I mean, there was one girl I think had been in her network marketing company for 8 years, and she was making, six figures. But 8 years, 6 figures, even if it takes you 8 years. But in this, I think we are positioned. Zaya hasn't been around as long as some of those other ones have been, and we are positioned perfectly, you guys. So get ready, stay with it, work hard, and it will definitely pay off. So love this. I'm so excited for March, you guys. I'm so excited to get this month going, because it's going to be so good.
Me too. So no watered down goals, you guys. No, I hope to, I maybe want to, I kind of think. Set your goals, put it out there, believe it. And then if you don't get it, well, what's the thing Rachel's always saying? If you shoot for the moon and you'll land above the stars, your business will still grow. Even if you don't hit exactly that target, but you're still growing. You're feeling up. You're feeling forward. Yes. Oh, Ricky, don't. She's going to make me cry. Yeah. We're so lucky. So one more thing that I was going to say about this, actually, it was on my notes and I forgot. So anytime you guys are feeling doubt, I found this quote recently, and I found it again in my journal. When you're feeling doubt, when you're feeling like you're not enough, when you're feeling like you're not good enough, or when you just can't do it, gratitude replaces doubt. So when you don't have it, you just express gratitude for what you do have. And you know what? Then it all just comes full circle and comes to you. So if you're feeling less than, if you're whatever, if you have doubt, just start by saying what you do have. And so today, I wasn't really particularly feeling less than, but I was just driving and I was thinking of all of you. And I was just thinking, I am so grateful for the women that we get to surround ourselves with. I'm not trying to cry all the time on these calls, but I'm not doing that, but really, like, just express gratitude for your family, for your home, for your cozy, amazing sweatshirt, for your car, for your team, for your, all the things. And if you can live a life where you're expressing gratitude all the time, you are just going to be blessed beyond your wildest dreams with just abundance, abundance, abundance. It'll just rain abundance all over you.
Yes. So good.
All right, you guys, I'll post this in the morning. Let's go get them. It's going to be a great month.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night.